you. Are you a felon? Got community service?
ISUPK can help you with that. For sure. Come on down to 12355 Rush. We can help you all with your community service and your felony expungement, man. ISUPK Detroit. Google it.
ISUPK Detroit presents under Commanding General Hunt. ISUPK Detroit Community Service. If you're on probation or have a felony, you can fulfill your community service hours here at 12355 Gratiot Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. We offer expungement services for most felonies. We also do food drives, counseling, and health fairs. For more information, call 810-392-3261. Again, call 810-392-3261.
Fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying, and I'm saying fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, bitch, I done had enough. Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on soul. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, now these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work, then bring that paper back. Sharp, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying, and I'm saying fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people drop like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up I hate it. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, that's on all of their faces. Fuck that fucking job, man, I'm already lit. Man, I hear one thing, boy, you bound to get hit. Man, the bills cross a nigga's brain. Damn, that's how you keep a nigga damn a slave. Damn, money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm Let me do that shit.
Yo, this be actually really hard.
UBK shit, South Coast shit, man. Shout out Bar Dog, Tennessee, up the business. Hey, get the money, hey. That's what the fuck going on out there, motherfucker, man. Hey, get the money, nigga. Taste the paper, bitch. Keep all of your morals, never slave for shit. Ice up on my wrist. Yeah, I'm hood rich. I don't give a fuck about to get pop quick. Yeah, I'm on that shit. Yeah, I'm in the town. Niggas talking about that G, but now they come around. They can't even come around. Yeah, I'm up, nigga. Man, fuck all of these hoes, get the bucks, bitch. I'm a young rich nigga, I ain't tryna flex. You can tell I'm cold by the ice around my neck. Straight up BBS, I charge you, boy, you wanna test. I don't get no shot about a nigga or a bitch. Boy, I love the life I live, cause a nigga keep it real. Nigga freshly hell, take that drip, but get the spill. I ain't little flip, getting pimped up out of his. I'm a straight G though, getting paper like a miso. That's that South Coast stain if you tryna hang. You be catered by the bang, boy, we rap the same. Nigga tryna talk, but we rap that murder game. Get your ass pop, ain't nothing to a G. All up, bitches wanna fuck, but hell no, I don't pay no fee. Bitches leak 2G, got that ice, I make it sneeze. All these niggas lame in hell, can't even come around me. Bitches South Coast, South Carolina, bitch, I'm styling, yeah.
Hell ain't no demons get control of me. No money get the best of me. No bitches getting up over me. Don't want much nigga, I'm sucker free. That's the way it gotta be. These niggas chain, these bitches chain, y'all chain is soak me. For real, this brotherhood of weapon. And bitch, we carry weapons. Like a rob on nigga, ass won't even need a weapon. And y'all be reputation, and y'all be very respected. And if you got a problem, then y'all way better address it. You cross that line, we ain't show no mercy. Cross that line, you ain't gon' need surgery. You pull up and they getting up, you ain't making no move, you ain't got no purse. On UBK, so I ain't never worried. I'm putting the work, both of my hands dirty. For real, I learned from the OGs. I'm a young nigga, but I'm a certified priest. And I'm from Tennessee. In this mandatory that I gotta keep my heat. You should play it safe, and we gon' play with keys. For real.
Waja. Okay, Shalom, Israel. I'm Officer of 1,000 Waja. Give me 1 second. Let me do a quick mic check. Just to double check. Having the small. 1 second, y'all. Just trying to run a quick mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Look like I'm on, so I'm gonna go on here to talk. Shalom, Israel. Officer of 1,000 Waja. This is the ISUPK Detroit Law Class under Commander General Yohana, who once again been holding down this truth forever to allow brothers such as myself and other brothers to come into this truth, man. Waking all the tribes up all over the world, man. and letting us know who we are according to God and not who we are according to our oppressor. Okay? Which is a heavy thing, man. Which is a heavy thing. The scriptures say if it wasn't for the Lord's mercy, man, we would all suffer and die inside of this kingdom and unalive inside of the kingdom, Salakia. Okay? With that being said, today, man, we're going to be talking about voting. Because again, as we know, that time is right around the corner again, man, where blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, we're going to run out to the polls and vote for aldermen and councilmen and congressmen and presidents, senators, and all kind of men, governors, and all kind of stuff, man. Thinking that these things are an actual solution to the problems that plague our community, okay? Salaki, if y'all can too, like, share, and subscribe to the class, man, and make sure we getting these things out. Make sure we getting these classes out because, man, it's so important. So important to like and share and get these classes out, man, and wake brothers and sisters up, man, to this truth. Because if we don't do it, if we don't do it, nobody else will. I mean, I know a lot of y'all are gonna run to the voting polls and vote for Joe Biden or some dang on body thinking they gonna help you. I got some bad news for you. Joe Biden cannot nor will not help you, for that matter. Right? So we want to like, share the classes, get it out there, man. Push this truth. Do your part in pushing this truth, man. Doing my part. Do your part. Fuck you about that. Yeah, do your part by liking and sharing these classes, right? And again, as y'all see the title, man, we're gonna talk about Salaki, about voting, man, because the Lord said what, man? He don't want us putting unrighteous men over us, man. All right? So with that being said, the first scripture we're going to go to, we're going to use Proverbs. We're going to go to Proverbs 8. We're going to go to Proverbs 8 and 10. Proverbs 8 and 10, man. Giving instructions from Christ. What do y'all think? Let me ask you this. Christ is the greatest black man to ever walk the face of the earth, right? Where do y'all think Christ's wisdom come from? Christ's instructions come from? It come from where? What did Christ use to teach us? Because again, Christ could have done anything he wanted, but what was the thing that Christ used most to teach us and to instruct us with? The Bible. He used the things that was written to correct us and to show us the way, man. The scriptures is so great. That's why they say that the law is our wisdom. Because it does what? It makes us wise in the sight of the other nations. It keeps us, it's like the tree of life, so to speak. It's like the tree of life because it gives us the instructions to do what? That help us live and govern ourselves on this planet. It doesn't matter what captivity you in. My sound still Tawab? It doesn't matter what captivity you in. It doesn't matter whether you're in captivity, out of captivity. You can apply what the Lord told you to do anywhere. Anywhere you at. That's the beauty of it, man. You don't have to break any of your oppressor laws. 1 second here. Cool. Great. You don't have to break any of your oppressor laws to follow the laws of the Lord. Nah. You can follow the Lord. You can follow the Lord, man, and that's a beautiful thing. So with that being said, man, the first thing we're gonna do, like I said, let's get it. We at Proverbs. We're at Proverbs 8:10. Because again, Christ, as the title say, Christ-centered leadership. When you follow behind Christ, man, it's like when you follow behind Christ and you follow the things that Christ did, and you move Christ like, it shields you from wickedness. That's what it does. It shields you from it, man. Because Christ, what did Christ do? Christ moved according to the law, statutes, and commandment. Christ moved according to the way the Lord wants you to move. You have to be mindful of the stuff that the Lord wants you to do. I know like myself, if I almost feel like I done something I shouldn't have done, I'd be like, man, God, dog. I hope the Lord ain't mad at me for doing that, man. I hope I made the right decision. I hope I did the right thing. I fear the Lord, and I fear what the Lord will do. I fear the Lord's judgment. And that's why I move like that, man. All right? And with that being said, we got Proverbs 8, and we're going to start at 10. It says, receive my instruction and not silver. Meaning, don't work like, we got these politicians, right? And then they meet with people to support their campaign and people to do what? Put money behind their campaign. Now, if I'm funding your campaign, right? If I'm the person that's putting the money behind you, so you can put your commercials on TV, so you could be in Florida and Tennessee and I'm putting all this money behind you. Who are you obligated to? Are you obligated to me or are you obligated to the people? So you put your faith in a politician, right, who's obligated to the people that put the money behind him first, and obligated to you never, because they go to them and do what? A sales pitch. Yeah, I'm going to push this law, I'm going to push that law, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. They go to them and make promises. Then they come to you and tell you a bunch of nonsense. Especially if you're a Black or Latino, you should expect nothing. At this point, like we in 2023, right? Why would you expect anything from the oppressor at this point? All you have to look at is what you've got so far. What have you gotten so far? You've gotten nothing. So why would you in 2023 still think that the oppressor would give you anything according to a vote? Your vote means and has never meant anything. How do you know what changed in your neighborhood? They said coming together and getting voting rights, man, this will be the greatest thing for Blacks and Hispanics and things of that nature. But what changed? Nothing. Absolutely nothing ever changes, man. You can never trade your wisdom in for silver. That's why I say receive my instructions and not silver, man. Receive my instructions and not silver. It says, and knowledge rather than choice gold. Because wisdom, the wisdom that you get from the instructions, the wisdom and knowledge that you get, man, is more precious and more valuable than gold and silver. It's more valuable than that. Okay? Verse 11. It says, for wisdom is better than rubies. Wisdom is the most valuable thing you can have. Rubies, you can have rubies, let's say just say money. We're going to put it more modern today terms. You can have money. Without wisdom, you're not going to keep that money. You're going to lose it all and be piss poor. Right back where you started from, at the beginning. You're going to lose it all without wisdom, without knowledge. Okay? These are the things you need. These are the things that we should have ruling over us. Not men that are paid off by other people. They're bought, they're in pockets. And even if they wasn't in pocket, guess what? They don't have you and yours or my best intentions in their mind. Their intentions is for their people, as it should be. That's a lesson that we have to learn as Blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, man. We have to learn that we have to be about our people the same way they are about their people. You cannot come together with a people that has no intentions on your best interests. Okay? And it says, in all the things that may be desired or not to be compared to it. And that's just what I just said a second ago. That wisdom, man, that knowledge that you get from listening to the Lord and following his laws, statutes, and commandments, man, that wisdom, man, is immeasurable. You can't compare that to anything. You don't get that anywhere else. You can't put a value on that. Okay? It's something you can't put a value on. Verse 12, it says, I, wisdom, dwell with prudence. I, wisdom, and Salakia, and find out knowledge of the witty inventions. Okay, so that was basically it on that. Let's go to let's get Exodus. Exodus, the 23rd chapter. Exodus 23, man. So again, man, Lord said follow his instructions. Problem is, man, before we go there, let's get Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Before we get there, man. Because this is like the first step this is the first thing that we have to understand. This is the very first thing that we have to understand before anything. Like we just read again, we got to receive that instructions. So here go the instructions right here. Here's what you do, man. This is what the Lord said do. All right? Deuteronomy 17 and 15, and it reads, it says, thou shalt in any wise set him over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. Meaning we have to set a man of the Lord over us, meaning we should, all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we should all. That's why the scriptures say it's one body. Because we all should be under Commander General Yohana because he is a righteous leader. We have a righteous leader, okay? We got that. And we all should be under that righteous leader and have it. And he should be, and he is over all of Israel. But you know, every Israelite, us being us, we don't want to listen all the time. But of course, Commander General Yohana is the head of Israel, nevertheless. And we should all fly under this banner, man. Because Commander General Yohana is the only man that actually stands for us, man. He ain't in it for the money. He not letting your oppressors join us. Okay? He ain't doing that. Like fake Israelite groups do. They let the people that oppress you join you. The hell kind of nonsense is that? We set a man and the Lord chose Commander General Yohana and put him over us, man. And it says, one from among thy brethren shall thy set king over thee. Meaning it has to be a man coming from one of these tribes, man, that we put over us. We don't put somebody who oppressed us over us, man. We have to follow the instruction of the Lord, man. We have to do what Christ did. Christ listened to the Lord, man, and that's how you follow Christ. You follow Christ by being obedient to what the Most High said, man. And that's how you get that protection, man. You don't go, the voting booth ain't what gonna save you. I know they did, what was that movement they did, wasn't that last year, Vote or Die? That's what they was doing, that vote or die nonsense. Well, let me explain something to you. You vote and you die. Voting is what got you into this mess. Not voting ain't what got you in here. Voting is what got you into this mess. Voting is the very thing that destroyed our community. Because we depended on what? We depended on the very people that was oppressing us to solve the problem. When they could have solved the problem without us voting if that's what they wanted to do. We didn't need to vote. Every law that they ever passed that they said was for us could have still got passed without us voting at all. That's why the Lord said you have to set one from among your brethren over you. You choosing which oppressor you want to oppress you. You're not choosing a righteous man that the Lord saying put over you. You're just choosing an oppressor. Which one do you think would oppress you less? Everybody was mad at Trump for a minute. Now everybody want Trump in office. They got Facebook groups called Blacks for Trumps and things of that nature, man. They trying to push Trump in the office tough once they done got to. We shouldn't be worried, blacks and Hispanics, we shouldn't be worried about neither, because this is something that has nothing to do with us. What we should be focusing on right now is the instructions of the Lord, man. Like we just read, following his instructions. That's what we should be focusing on. And setting to somebody over us that the Lord want over us, man. Reading on. It says, thou mayest not set a stranger over thee. We may not set a stranger over us. What in this context is it talking about a stranger is? Because we have two different types of strangers in the Bible, of course. We got a stranger who is our brother, but he just lived outside of Israel, right? And then we got a stranger who is a non-Israelite. So we have two different types of strangers in the Bible. So in this context, what type of stranger are we talking about? Of course, we're talking about a stranger that is not of our nation. A stranger that is not of our nation. We're talking about an oppressor or a so-called Chinese man or something of that nature. We cannot set them over us to rule over us. Because an oppressor will have what? The best interests of their people, which is wise of them, which is why the Lord is saying what he's saying right now. That's why the Lord is telling us to set one of our own over us, because one of us is going to do what? He's going to have our best interest at heart. He's going to be thinking about us. He's going to look at us. He's going to say, you know what? We got to figure out a way to do what? We got to figure out a way to keep these drugs out of our community. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get all the dispensaries out of our community. Every last dispensary got to go. Every last one of them got to go. So we got to stop our people from getting high. So we're going to clear out all the dispensaries first. That's the first thing we're going to do. All right? Next thing after that, we got to clear out them Christian churches. They got to go, man. These things got to go, because these things are what? Are detrimental to us, man. They hurt us. They harm us. All right? From there, let's get Exodus 23:1. Start at Exodus 23:1, man. So again, what did the Lord say? Follow his instruction. Don't set a wicked ruler over you. So we know we got the first note, the Lord telling us to follow what he say. And he said, don't put a wicked ruler over us. Meaning you shouldn't be voting for any government official running for office. And you should, let's just say for a few seconds, let's just put the Bible down. Looking at what is happening to you from the time you started voting to now should tell you that that's not working for you. Just looking at what's going on and being honest should tell you that that's not working for you. Okay? We're going to get Exodus 23 and we're going to start at 1, man. Exodus 23:1. Exodus 23:1 say, thou shalt not raise a false report. And it's many false reports when we talking about dealing with politicians and us trying to go to them for help, or go to them thinking that they can change the condition or situations that we are in. What we find a lot of times is what we find out all the time is they the reason. How you go to the politician for help, and the politician in the 80s, they was the ones bringing all the drugs into the community. The drugs was getting into the community because of them. All right? They flooded the black community with the drugs. And then you telling me that we gonna turn and then vote for them? That don't make no sense to me. Yeah, that don't make me. Salaki, give me 1 second. I just got to run the. Oh, good. We too wild. Yeah, that ain't the wisest decision. But following what the Lord said make more sense to me. I'd rather have Commander General Yohana over me and following his lead. That's what I'd rather do, man. It says thou should not raise a false report, man. And that these politicians gonna help us out and they gonna do this, that, and the third. That's a false report. That is a false report. That's not true. That's not true at all. And it's not true because it hasn't happened so far. It hasn't happened so far. Right? Reading on, it says, put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Now we have so many people, man. We have so many people who've been in politics 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They know this stuff is not working. They see it every day, man. But they don't give one iota. They don't give one iota, man. They don't care. All they care about is the money that they put in their pocket. Well, that's why we read. What did we read earlier? You don't turn in that knowledge for you don't turn in your wisdom for rubies. That's what they do, man. That's one thing I love about this Bible. It's no aspect in life that the scriptures don't have covered. That's why I love that one scripture where it says, a fool says in his heart there is no God. It can be nothing more truer than that. Only a fool would think something like that. Scriptures break everything down so beautifully and so correctly, man. Because that's why we suffer the way we do, man. We follow the people that do what? That don't care about us, that only care about filling their pockets up. We vote for them over. We don't even vote who have the best plan when we go in there. We just vote for them because they say they're a Democrat. You see Democrat and Republic on the little sheet and you just hit Democrat. That's all you know. Democrat and the name you seen on TV the most. That's it. You don't vote for the policy. You just vote against Republican. We don't pay attention to whether they do what they said they was gonna do. Okay. Let's get it. Let's jump down to 7. Jump down to 7. And it says, 7 says, keep thee far from a false matter. And that's what voting is. Voting is a false matter. It's false. Whatever somebody say they're going to do, whatever you think you're going to get out of it, however you think you're going to get help, it's a false thing. Think about this. Think about this for a second, right? We had integration or segregation, right? And then we had desegregation and integration, right? What changed? What happened? When we had desegregation and integration, that's when all the drugs start coming into the black community. When all the drugs start flooding in. Because now, the person who was your enemy and wanted to see you destroyed was able to freely move through your community. You wasn't able to freely move through theirs because you came in their community. You knew better. You were subject to lose your life or get hung or whatever the case may be. But you accepted them in your community. They moved through freely and destroyed your community. And destroyed it, man. That's what they did. They watched us and made laws and little laws, changed the law here, made a law there, anything to start locking us up in prison. And like Commander General Yohana brought out not too long ago, they was getting them grants in the 80s to lock people up. And they packed us in those prison cells, man. They packed us in those prison cells, and they doing that to this day, and it's the same thing that they doing. Why? I mean, how? Because what did they do with the prison? Putting people in prison now is a profitable business. It's on the stock market. You got private jail owners where they make deals with the government to do what? To keep their prisons full. To keep their prisons full. And they ain't putting their own people in prisons. Who they filling the prisons up with? You and I. Us, our people. Over anything, man. This is something, vote, you can't, when you have a people that are against you like this is not something you can vote your way out of. You can't vote your way out of this. You vote this way, they're going to terrorize you. You vote that way, you still getting terrorized. You still getting oppressed by the same oppressor. You just picking the oppressor, whichever one you want to be just a tad bit more nicer to you. Maybe this one could be just a little more kinder than the other one. This one won't beat you to death. It just beat you near death. That's what we vote for. Okay? It says, keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and the righteous slay thou not, for I will not justify the wicked. And that's what happens to us, man. When we accept these false matters, this false notion that voting can change thee, we slay the innocent, man. We slay the innocent and we slay the righteous. You know how many brothers right now is sitting in prison cells because they had innocent, ain't murdered nobody. You see it all the time over on the internet. A brother just getting out of prison for 30 years, innocent, ain't done nothing. 30 years he done sat in prison. His whole entire life, his whole entire adult life, he done spent in prison for nothing. And don't think for one second that they didn't know he was innocent. They didn't care. They didn't care. And these are the people that we vote in. The judges, the district attorneys, the councilmen, the aldermen. We're responsible for these things, man. You know, other nations of people, they don't suffer this. They make sure that they put their own people in charge in their areas. They make sure of that. They make sure they get one like they self, and they put them in charge, man. Us, we really let the oppressor pick who we put over us. And how do we know that's what we do? Because we use the oppressor system. That's how. Verse 8, it says, and thou shalt take no gift. And that be the problem, man. This is the one problem we have. We always get some empty promise made to us. Always something empty. Somebody that's gonna do this, or somebody that's gonna do that, or somebody it's gonna be so much greater than it was. And they get in there, and when they get into that office, and they and they get into that office, and they do everything but what they said they was gonna do for you. They do everything except for what they said they was gonna do for you. And this is not nothing new. This has been going on ever since you had the right to vote. Go listen to some of them conversations that they was having in the 60s, man. By people who actually cared. I'm not talking about go listen to the coons. Go listen to the people that actually cared, man. Because they tell the truth. They say, you know what? They ain't do nothing that they said they was going to do. Not a single solitary thing that they said they was going to do. So they ain't did nothing that they said they was going to do then. They ain't doing nothing that they said they was going to do now. In fact, they make mockery of us. How would they do? They make mockery of us. I remember Hillary Clinton put a bottle of hot sauce out her purse. That's the kind of stuff that they do. Now, how she gonna be pulling hot sauce out of her purse? That's what she do to kind of show her that she with black people. But that's making a mockery of us, man. That is making a mockery of us. She put hot sauce out of her purse and then said she support Margaret Sanger at the same time. Now, how she gonna support Margaret Sanger and you? We can't be fooled. We cannot be fooled by these politicians. This is why the Lord said you have to pick one from amongst your brethren, from amongst ourselves, man. This is why. Who the hell gonna lead? Who the hell we gonna pick to lead? Donald Trump? Joe Biden? We gonna let Joe Biden get back in office? And don't be fooled by all this stuff that's going on with Trump. This ain't nothing but publicity. There ain't nothing but publicity he getting. Good promotion. It's free promotion. He don't got to pay for a campaign. He getting free promotion. All in the media. Ain't no such thing as bad promotion. And he getting it. It says, and thou shalt take no gift, for a gift blindeth the wise. And that's what happens, man. A gift blinds us. In this case, we don't even get the gift. All of it just sound good. It's a good, sweet talking. It's a smooth thing. It's like what a pimp do to a I don't know what I can and can't say. Okay, Kai. It's what a pimp do to a hoe. I just wanted to make sure I could say that. I didn't know whether I could say that or not. So yeah, that's what it is. It's what a pimp do to a hoe. He make it sound real. He make it sound so good to her to go out there and prostitute herself. He make it sound good and make it sound like the best thing ever. And she run out there and stand on that corner in 10 feet of snow for that pimp. And she's getting nothing but destroyed. That's all she getting, but you can't tell her that nothing. She believes that it's the best thing ever. And that's how we get played in the political system. They talking real good to us. They talk real great to us. And it's going to be great, and it's going to be groovy, and it's going to be, man, you don't want to miss out on this thing. And guess what happened in the end? We are destroyed. Just like that, just like the prostitute that sold her body out there for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years. It's over for us, man. It's over for us. We get destroyed, man. Take no gift. Especially from somebody who oppressed you. Especially from somebody who oppressed you, man. You don't listen to somebody who hung you from trees to this day. No, we still getting hung from trees to this day. And you gonna go vote somebody who hung? Come on, man. We have to stop. And we have to use wisdom. We have to stop and we have to start using wisdom, the wisdom that the Lord gave us, man. We got to stop and we got to start looking at what's going on inside of the world and saying, well, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute, man. They sending all them billions of dollars to help the Israelis and to help Ukraine. Meanwhile, your neighborhoods are destroyed because of what they done to you. They're not destroyed because of what you done. You didn't flood your neighborhood with drugs. They did. They didn't come through. You didn't say, you know what? We're going to put all the black men in the house, in prisons. We're going to lock them up. We're going to plant drugs on them. We're going to do this to them. We're going to do that to them. Come at them from this way, come at them from that way. And remove all the black men out of the household and destroy black families all over the world. You didn't come up with that idea. They did. Yet they send billions of dollars to Ukraine and the Israelis, man. And how do you think voting can fix something like that? It will never fix anything like that. It will never change, man. You can't put your faith in a wicked ruler. You have to hold them accountable the same way. If I wronged you or one of your brothers wronged you, be all over them, man. Well, you got to hold them accountable the same way, man. You have to hold them accountable the same way, because once you start doing that, then guess what? Guess what? You'll start realizing what's really going on. Okay? That's why you just go in the voting booth and you vote Republican or Democrat. I mean, you vote Democrat. You don't pay attention to what's getting said. The same person being there for 30, 40 years, messing the entire black community up. You don't give one care. You ain't paid attention to what's getting said, done, or nothing. Just go in there and vote Democrats. You don't care. The same person you've been voting for 30 years, that's who you just keep voting for. Pass the same thing down to your children. Because you don't want to deal with the reality. The reality of what? The reality of them not doing a doggone thing. Right down. Of them not doing anything. You're not holding them accountable for them not doing anything. You go in there and just click something. It says, for a gift blinded the wise and prevented the words of the righteous. And then Commander General Hunter coming along and saying, you know what? What they doing is not the right thing, man. Not the right thing for black people. This going on. That's going on. Think about how long Commander General Yohana been bringing out the truth. About how long the general's been bringing out the truth, man. Think about how long that's been going on. And going out there on them streets and arguing with our people back and forth. They ain't went up there. None of our people go up there and argue with the politicians. Who argued with Bill Clinton? Somebody argue with Joe Biden? Who? No. Y'all voted Joe Biden into the White House. Y'all put Trump in the White House. But y'all argue with Commander General Yohana, who come out and tell the truth, man. A gift. And in this case, you don't even get a gift. You just get words of a gift. It blinded the wise and prevented the words of the righteous. Because y'all choose the words of your politicians over the words of Commander General Yohana, who actually cares about you, who's actually the man that the Lord appointed to rule over us, man. He actually is the righteous leader that the Lord wants over us. But because of your Christian pastors, you fuck it, give me 1 second, my bad. Because of your Christian pastors, you rather take on some politician that's going to do nothing but destroy you. Yeah, that's going to do nothing. That's going to do nothing but destroy you. That's who you put your trust in. Give me 1 second here. Instead of putting it into a righteous leader, and that's another reason why we in the condition that we in. That's another reason why we in the condition that we in. All right, let's get Block it, my bad. I'm trying to own this active hair together right quick. Let's get the book of Baruch. Let's get Baruch in the 4th chapter. Baruch in the Apocrypha, man. And that's what we do, man. That's why the scriptures say, gather ye self together. Because what happens when we gathered ourselves together, man? Before we started vote, y'all do know we built Black Wall Street without voting. Y'all realize that, right? We didn't have voters' rights. We didn't have civil rights. We didn't have integration. We didn't have desegregation. We ain't had none of that, man. We had one thing that we needed, each other. We had the one thing that we needed, man. That's each other. That's the thing that we read earlier that the Lord said. We had a man of our brethren over us telling us what to do, instructing us, man. We did not have some oppressor over us who really wants to destroy us, instructing us on what to do, man. We ain't have that. Not what we had, man. Right? Get Baruch in the 4th chapter, and I'm gonna read one first. One first. It says, "This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." Okay? Such as leave it shall die. And whew, Lord, if we ain't the proof, if us here in America ain't the proof of that, I don't know what is. I don't know what is, man. We vote and put people in power and position that destroy us, that kill us, lock us in prison for 20 and 30 years at a time, that flooded the black community with drugs. Flooded it. They fought a whole war. They fought a whole war, funded a whole war off the drug money that they flooded our community with. We gotta wake up to this, man. We gotta admit that what we was doing, the way we've gone about it is the wrong way. We have to admit the way that we've gone about it has failed us and is wrong and has done nothing but destroy us. Nothing but destroy us, man. We have to admit it. Because once we start admitting it, man, then we can correct it. Then we can correct it. Okay? Remember just last year, man, they was trying to pass the laws where kids didn't have to tell their parents whether they wanted to get a sex change or not. Like, are you kidding? My 8-year-old can go get a sex change and not tell me? Like, what kind of foolishness is that, man? An 8-year-old don't know how to make don't understand how to make the right life decision. He 8. What the hell does an 8-year-old know to make a life-changing decision like that? But here, this the stuff that y'all vote for. They'll put that on a proposal and put it way at the bottom. You don't even see that that's on there. You ain't reading it nowhere. You just walking in there. It's on the Democrat side or whatever side that you voting on. You just vote for it because it's on the Democrat side. You don't even know that that's on the goddamn bill. We have to wake up, man. We have to. What's being done to blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans in this kingdom over here, man? What's being done to us is something that is unforgivable. We couldn't, at least I couldn't. You can't. You know how some people make a mistake and they be like, my fault, my bad. And they kind of try to make amends for it. What's being done to us over here, man? The people that's doing it to us, they can't, it's no my fault, my bad, and try to make amends for it. Only the Lord could come in and save us from this. Only the Lord, man. Right? This is Baruch 4, and we're going to jump down to, I read 1, but we're going to jump down to 3. I just had to read 1 because I always like reading that when I'll read 2, ain't no sweat. It says, "Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it." Take hold of, what is the it? The law. Again, what law? What is the thing that we talking about today? We talking about not setting a wicked ruler over you, following Christ and following these laws, statutes, and commandments. If I could give me 1 second here. And following these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And what was that the key thing we said? We said centered leadership. Centered leadership. Christ didn't follow behind Caesar. For what? The hell Christ needed to follow behind Caesar for? What good was that gonna do Christ? But guess what? The people that did follow behind Caesar wanted Christ dead. The people that did was the people that wanted Christ dead, or that hated Christ, or that spoke against Christ. We go through the same thing today. People speak against Commander General Yohana. They don't want, because Commander General Yohana actually want to free blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because he actually want to free us. And they don't want that. Hell no, they don't want that. They want to keep us oppressed. And so verse 2, it says, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof. Walk in the presence of the light thereof. Because that's what the law, statutes, and commandments is. It's the light. It's the light that shines in darkness. It's the thing that puts order in the world. Okay? It's the thing that will actually fix blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans and actually correct the entire planet. But it starts with us. It starts with us. Why does it start with us? Because we are the people on the planet that has the covenant with the Most High. So it starts with us. But how can we do this thing? How can we walk uprightly like we supposed to? And we voting for Joe Biden. That means we counting on Joe Biden to fix us. How would that mean? That means we depending on Joe Biden to fix us. We depending on, oh shit. About to say something. I don't even know who the goddamn governor is. I don't pay attention. Lakia. I can't even remember who the governor is. Yeah, Gretchen Weiner, something like that. Yeah. We depended on her to fix blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Our mayor, God dog, what is his name? I just can't think of the dude's name. I think it's Blanchard or something like that. Depending on him to fix us, man. Those people can't fix us. Those people look at us and they create. You can't depend on the people that create the problem to fix the problem. They're the creators of the problem. They're the creators of the problem. They deliberately create the problem. I ain't interested in fixing you. And take hold of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Okay? Verse 3, and it reads, it says, give not thy honor to another. And that is what we do when we give our honor to another, man. We supporting every politician, man. when we should be supporting Commander General Yohana. That's who we should be supporting, man. We should be supporting Commander General Yohana. We should be supporting the ISUPK. We should all be inside of this one body. We should all be inside of this one body. Instead, because we follow our Christian pastors and because we follow these who push us and tell us to support these politicians, we all over the place. We all over the place, and we can never unite under the proper banner that we should be under. They make it impossible for us to do the things that we should do. They make it impossible for us to unite the way we should. And because we follow them, what do we ended up doing? We end up giving our honor to another. Okay? We end up giving our honor to another people. Give our honor to Hillary Clinton. Or oh man, forget about it. You wanna know the other who else we give our doggone honor to? We can't stop doing this. Barack Obama. We never, he ain't even the president no more. And we still can't stop loving. And when I ask people, what did he actually do? Nobody can ever really tell me anything except for Obamacare. I say, what did he do for us as a people? Say Obamacare. Well, Obamacare was for everybody. That wasn't for just us. That wasn't for just us. Yet and still, all them billions of dollars go to Israelis and Iran. I mean, not Iran, Salakia. Over there, Ukraine. Israeli and Ukraine. Not to build up what they destroyed in our communities. It just started coming out because they always try to make it seem like when a riot happened inside our community, it's us. The only way it came out was because of Facebook. And now we got video cameras and stuff. It always been like that. Always been, it'll be riots in our cities, and then the oppressor will come down to our cities, and they'll come in our cities, and they be tearing everything up, and we take the blame for it. We'll take the blame for it. But none of that money that they sending over there come to us to build us up, because they don't want that. Why would they build their slaves up? Y'all do realize they still look at us as their slaves. Y'all do realize that, right? A people that they will never let go. That's what we are. We are people they ain't gonna never let go. Okay? It says, reading on, it says, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. So we give our honor to them and the things that is profitable unto them. You got a book here and over there. They got all the inventions that so-called Negro invented, man. And it is a ton of them over there that your oppressor today makes tons of money and makes tons of money off of, keeps his society going, keeps everything rolling based off the things that we come up with. When we could have took those same things and we could have came together in our own way and used those things to sustain ourselves. That's what we could have did. We could have sustained ourselves, man. They need us. We don't need them. We are the Lord's chosen people, man. We don't need the oppressor. The oppressor need us. He's always need us, man. We've never, ever needed Slovakia. We've never, ever needed them. Ever. For anything. For what? How do we need help from somebody who wear their clothes, who used to wear their clothes until it started to disintegrate off their body? How the hell do we need anything from them? How the hell did we need anything from them? Okay? From there, let's get Ecclesiasticus the 34th chapter. 34, Ecclesiasticus 34. 34th chapter. Yeah, how do we need help from them? We taught them everything. They would have never made it through a winter. He taught them how to live, taught them how to clean themselves, taught them how to stay warm in the winter. Like, come on, man. Can you imagine the fleas and ticks and termites and all kind of stuff they had jumping off their clothes and jumping off their body when they came over here from wearing their clothes to disintegrated? The nastiness. Are you kidding me? And this who we got. This is who we have ruling over us, man. You gotta stop this, man. We have to stop this. Ecclesiastes 34:1 says the hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false. And that's what, when it's saying void of understanding, right? Saying the hopes of a man void of understanding, right, is a vain thing. So think about somebody. Take your someone that's elder to you right now, right? I can't remember the lady name. I heard her use a phrase. She said, when we was having, about a year or two ago or so, we was having meetings because the police was gunning people down and things of that nature, and they was catching it all on the internet. So one of her ideas was, she said, well, let's try hands up, don't shoot. Now, I remember that slogan coming from like the 60s or the 70s or something like that, when the same thing was happening to blacks, right? So if it didn't work then, what makes them think that it would work now? Why wasn't the idea like the so-called Jewish men, they police themselves? Why had the idea never come to our leaders' head to do what? To push, to police ourselves. It says right here, it says the hope of a man void of understanding. They don't understand. All they know is what? They don't have the Slakia. They don't have no understanding of the Lord and how the Lord operates and what the Lord thinks and what the Lord is right and what the Lord is like. They don't think like what the Lord said, don't put a man of another nation over you. They don't think like that. They don't think like that. when we went into Egypt, Joseph said, "Nah, I'm gonna separate y'all from the Egyptians. I'm gonna put y'all over here. Y'all be over here in the Egypt, because it's not a good thing when two nations try to come together and live like that. It's always gonna be some form of, they don't look at you the same as they look at their people. That's just something you can't get around. It's something we deal with as blacks and Hispanics. We deal with that every single day. We deal with it every single day. It's not something that's new to us. Right? It says are vain and false. It's vain and false. How would hands up, don't shoot solve the problem of unarmed black men getting unalived? You being unalived by somebody that wants to unalive you, and is doing it because they know they can get away with it. You being harmed and hurt by somebody who just simply hates you. And they know that they have a system in place that supports what they do to you. So they're not worried about any repercussions. They'll take a little flack and then they just get moved to another police station. It says the hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Dreams lift up fools, man. You put your hopes and your dreams and vote. Think about when Obama first became president and the inauguration. You got Jesse James sitting up there crying and Oprah Winfrey and all that. This is the dream. This is the best thing smoking. And all you got out of it was homosexuality. Oh, Salakia. Was alternative lifestyle. That's all you got out of it. That's the only thing that got pushed on blacks and blacks was alternativeness. That's it. And you thought just because you seen a Negro face in there, you thought that was you. He ain't you, so-called black man. He is from another nation of people, which is why he done absolutely nothing for you. Stop. We gotta stop. At what point? This is 2023, man. At what point do we stop thinking that this place is actually, that somebody's going to come along and actually help us inside of this place, outside of the Lord? At what point do we start realizing, like, hold on, the only people we can depend on is each other? And then we have to do what? We have to start turning to one another. Why we have to start turning to one another? Because then now we have to start dealing with one another. We have to start correcting with one another. We have to start building with one another. Because we don't, this is what we don't want. We don't want a time to come where we forced to have to deal with one another. We want to willingly deal with one another because it's coming either way. It's coming either way. It's no stopping it. Because they just going to say, you know what? Ain't no more voting. y'all do know it's a law impact that when it's wartime, ain't no more elections or none of that stuff. So if it's ever if you paying attention to what's going on, you have to know it's going to be a time where that situation is going to come, and whoever in office is just who we stuck with. That is who you gonna be stuck with. Well, at least who you gonna be stuck with. I'm gonna be stuck with Commander General Yohana and the ISUPK. You gonna be stuck with. Hey, it's on you. You put them in there. You deal with them. That's for me and my house. That's for me and mine's. We got something totally different going on, man. All right, so you just want to make sure that you doing what the Lord said do, man, following these instructions. You got some good instructions, man. The best thing you could do is don't set a ruler up over you of another nation. Okay? Verse 2, it says, whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow. You ever, it says whoever regardeth dreams is him that who try to catcheth at a shadow. Try to catch your shadow. And really, if you really look at it, that's what it's really like, though. When you voting and you trying and you depending on Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, so forth and so on, Clinton, the other Bush, Ronald Reagan, thinking they gonna help, thinking any one of them people would help you is like you trying to catch your shadow. Trying to catch your shadow. You can't catch your dang on shadow. It's impossible. The same way them actually helping you is impossible. It is impossible, man. You can give up on that. That is something you can definitely give up on. Okay? And it reads on and it says, and followeth after the wind. And following after the wind. The hell you following after the wind for? What do it mean when they say you following after the wind? Basically, in a nutshell, like you following after nothing. You wandering aimlessly. That's what you doing when you following after the wind, man. No point to it. Same way as no point to voting, man. Voting will never get us out of the situation we in. You know what will do it? Following the Lord, man. Following after the Lord. That's what does it. That's what does it. I've been inside this truth a short time, man, and I promise you I'm trying to tell you this, man. To actually see the things that I've been taught coming to pass is the most wonder, man. This Passover is gonna, oh my goodness. I don't even know how to word what I'm trying to say. It's going through my head so fast. Get into class, man. Please get into class. Support this truth, man. Pay your tithes. Get in the ISUPK, man. Get in all black. Get in here and rock this thing out, man. Now is the time. No longer don't be on the fence. Christ is going to spew you out of his mouth. He don't want no lukewarm nonsense, man. He don't want that. He wants men to stand up and follow him. Now is that time, man. Now is the time. This ain't the time to be sitting around, getting high, playing Call of Duty all damn day. I ain't saying you can't play Call of Duty, but a lot of y'all just, that's y'all life. Get high and play Call of Duty. Or 2K or some nonsense like that. No. Those times, no. It's over for that. Start learning what the Lord wants you to do, man, because that's the only thing that's actually going to deliver you. That's the only thing that's going to actually save your life, save your family life, man. Come in here and learn, man. And learn how to be a man. You might think you a man, as a lot of us did until we came in here, actually learned how to be men. Learned how to be the head of our families, man, and learned how to run our families the right way according to how the Lord wants us to do. Teaching our women to be women of the Lord, man. Teaching them how the Lord wants them to conduct themselves. Not how Gorilla or whatever the hell her name is. Her and what's the other lady name? Meg the Stallion and all. No, and twerking all over the place. No, come in here and learn how to be a modest woman. Learn how to be a woman. Learn how to be a wife. Don't learn how to be somebody, a woman that somebody just want to have sex with and go on to the next one. Come in here, you learn how to be a wife. Man, you learn how to be a husband and a father and things of that nature when you come in here, man. And most importantly, more than anything, you learn how to serve the Lord, man. Because these times is coming and you're going to need the Lord. You're going to need the protection from the Lord, man. With that, shalom, Israel.